Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we discuss how to pair gray suits with shirts and ties so you look the part every time. Next to the navy suit, a gray suit is an absolute men's wardrobe staple. Why? Well, it's not just a good business suit, but the gray color allows you to pair it with all sorts of shirt colors and ties, putting it on top of the versatility scale. Gray in general is a fantastic suit color because it comes in many different shades. A darker color may be better for winter, a really light color great for summer. Now, before we delve into shirt, tie, and gray suit combinations, let's talk about the gray suits first. First on the list is the most formal shade, the so-called charcoal gray. It's dark enough that you can wear it at most functions where you otherwise would think of a black suit. Think of a funeral, or attending a play, or going to a business event. The charcoal suit will always work. A charcoal suit is similarly dark to most navy suits. Yet, while a navy suit usually makes a younger man look even younger, a charcoal suit makes you look more mature. In my opinion, the first charcoal suit you should add to your wardrobe is a charcoal flannel suit, such as this 6'2" double-breasted one I'm wearing here right now. The charcoal flannel suit was also popularized by Gianni Agnelli, who really wore it well, and you can still get the exact fabric from Vitale Barber's Canonico today. To learn more about it, please check out the guide on our website about Gianni Agnelli here. Next up, we'll go one shade lighter, medium gray. A general rule, not just with gray, but with all suiting colors is, the lighter the shade, the less formal it is. So therefore, while a medium gray suit is still appropriate for the office and most other functions mentioned earlier, with the exceptions maybe of funerals, it has a slightly more casual vibe. Now, this is not a bad thing at all. It just means when you pair shirts and ties together, you can go with slightly less formal options. Now, last but not least, you have the light gray suits, which is something I'm wearing here right now. It's even more casual, yet it's still a suit. It can be used as a fresco fabric in the summer, so it's a light, breezy feel, and you can wear it with even bolder and more summery colors. Of course, any of those gray shades can come in either a striped version, in a solid version, or other small patterns such as a Glen check or a houndstooth, for example. Sometimes the fabric texture can also be different, such as a fresco, a worsted, or a flannel. To learn more about worsteds, check out this video, and for flannels, this one. Just as a general rule, the more texture your suit has and the larger the pattern, the more casual it is. On the flip side, a solid worsted suit is the most formal one, followed maybe by a flannel or a faintly striped suit in gray. Now, it should go without saying that choosing the right color is just one aspect of finding the perfect suit. Of course, it has to fit well, and to learn more about how a suit should fit, please check out this video series here. Now that we've covered our suiting grayscale basics, let's start about specific shirt and tie combinations that you can wear so you look your best. First, let's talk about shirts. The classic staple is the white dress shirt. For a charcoal suit, you probably want something that is very formal, and I would suggest to go with a white dress shirt, medium spread collar, no breast pocket, and French cuffs or double cuffs that are worn with cufflinks. Honestly, a white shirt works with any shade of gray suit, no matter if it's really dark, medium, or light. It works so well because it provides a strong contrast, which just works well for most men. If you pair it with a medium gray or a lighter gray suit, you can skip the French cuffs, maybe go with a slightly more textured fabric, and maybe go with an even more relaxed collar style, maybe something even like a button-down collar or a unlined collar that is a bit more casual than a fixed fused collar. To learn more about shirts and the details, please check out this guide here. If you go with a solid gray suit and a solid white shirt, you have to add some color with your tie and your pocket square, maybe your socks or other accessories such as your cufflinks or your rings. A very classic combination is to add a red tie or maybe a shade of burgundy. If you're not a fan of red or you want to cool down your outfit otherwise, you can go with a navy or blue tie, maybe something in green such as forest green or maybe plum or even bronze orange. Basically, any dark toned tie with a white shirt and a gray suit would be appropriate for cocktail attire, and if it's a charcoal suit, you can even wear it for black tie optional ones. To learn more about those dress codes, please check out the respective videos here. Meanwhile, lighter color ties will work better with medium and lighter gray suits. Also, in terms of a tie pattern, keep in mind that the smaller the pattern, the more formal it is. So bigger patterns are always less formal and are better with lighter shades of gray. Now let's quickly talk about a very fashion-forward look, which is pairing a gray suit with a black shirt. Now, chances are there are a lot of Instagrammers and influencers trying to tell you that wearing a black shirt is hip and trendy and fashionable, but in classic menswear, black dress shirts have never been a viable option. If you want to wear black shirts with a gray suit, go for it. We believe that a lighter shirt color that provides a bit more contrast is always more complementary to your outfit and look. The same is true for any kind of bold, darker colored shirts in red, turquoise, blue, green, or orange. Typically, these are shirts worn by people who don't know much about menswear, and they're just too bold and make you look like you got your outfit from a very cheap rental place. Moving along from black and other dark shirt colors, a very versatile shirt color is light blue. Light blue shirts can be combined with any kind of gray suit, but look particularly nice with medium and lighter gray suits. Of course, light blue comes in 200 different shades, and there are many patterns and textures. You can pick one that you like and that provides a contrast to your suit. If you wear a light blue shirt with a medium or light gray suit, I suggest you go with barrel cuffs instead of French cuffs and maybe a slightly more casual collar, but I'd always skip the chest pocket because you shouldn't use it anyways, and it just works well with your suit and looks nice overall because it's a bit more casual and therefore the whole outfit flows together. Pretty much the only darker blue shirt I'd wear with a gray suit is a denim shirt. Those have been really popular lately. They have a certain wash, so they have lighter elements. Overall, I would suggest you always try to have a shirt that is lighter in color than your suit, otherwise it looks a little off. In terms of ties, a solid navy tie is of course a formal staple paired with a blue shirt and a gray suit, but it can be also a little boring. So other than the typical suspects, red, green, or plum, you could also experiment with a complementary color of blue, which is orange. Not sure what a complementary color is? Please check out this video where we teach you color basics so you can put together better looking outfits. When it comes to shoes, a charcoal suit works well with black shoes, otherwise medium and light gray suits work well with brown shoes, particularly darker brown shoes such as chocolate brown or medium browns. Personally, I've also worn navy or dark green suede shoes with gray suits. The third most common shirt color for gray suits is pink. Pastel pinks can be a great change to the monotony of white and light blue shirts, and they work particularly well with gray because there's a subtle contrast, yet it warms up that gray color. Probably for that reason, pairing charcoal suits with pink shirts was a favorite of Fred Astaire, who was always very well dressed. Adding a navy, deep purple, or violet tie to your pink shirt and your gray suit will create an interesting combination that is still harmonious. Of course, a burgundy tie would work too, but I personally stay clear of a brighter red since it's too much next to the pink background. Following the staples of white, blue, and pink dress shirts, basically any other type of pastel color can work really well with a gray suit. Could be something like a light green, maybe a light yellow or a pastel orange. They all work with gray suits. If you go with a differently colored shirt, a safe way is always to choose a tie that is darker in the same color family. So if I have a light orange or creamy shirt, then maybe an orange tie would work. If there is some green in my shirt, a green tie works. Of course, you can also use the complementary color, or you can just experiment just the way I'm doing here in this outfit, where I'm wearing a striped blue shirt with a green knit tie. Which brings us to the next point. Shirts don't have to be solids. You can have patterned shirts as well, and stripes are the most classic ones. Again, larger stripes are more casual and therefore better suited with lighter shades of gray rather than dark ones. Of course, you can also incorporate checked shirts into your outfits. They're a bit more casual than striped ones, so they work better with light gray suits. To learn more about checks, check out the guide here, and to learn everything there is to know about stripes in menswear, this guide will help you. In general, shirts with smaller, more traditional patterns such as stripes or checks will work better with gray suits than very bold flowery prints. If you want to pair a patterned gray suit with a patterned shirt and a patterned tie, you can maybe pull it off. Just make sure the rules of density apply, just like in the case of stripes. Your suit has to be maybe a pinpoint or something that's very close to a solid. Your shirt could be striped and your tie could, for example, be a micro pattern that's a little larger, so everything is harmonious and not just all the same width and scale. Otherwise, it's confusing to the viewer who looks at you and it's just not a harmonious outfit. Also, don't forget about the importance of textures. A solid silk tie is more formal than a knitted tie in the exact same color. Let's say you have a gray suit with a striped shirt. Rather than getting a plain solid tie, I suggest to go with a grenadine tie because it adds an interesting texture, or maybe a knit tie if you want to have even more texture. In general, the lighter the shade of gray is for your suit, the more texture you can add. At the same time, for example, if you have a charcoal flannel suit, which is quite dark, a knitted tie works well because they're both somewhat casual in a texture, and so it's a harmonious look. Now that was quite a bit of information. If you want to learn more about how to combine pocket squares and other things, please check out other videos on our channel and make sure to subscribe. So in a nutshell, how to pair a gray suit with a shirt and tie. For shirts, the most classic options are white, blue, and pink. You can also add classic patterns such as stripes or checks, or even floral prints, but always keep in mind that the darker the gray, the more formal it is, the lighter it is, the more casual it is. That being said, bolder patterns, large stripes, or bright colors are more casual, and therefore they pair better with a lighter gray suit. Ideally, you stay clear of very dark colored shirts, including black, navy, or dark red and turquoise, and instead go with lighter pastel color tones. And you always want to choose a tie that is darker in color than the shirt background. With darker gray suits, you can wear French cuffs for cufflinks. With lighter gray suits, you go with barrel cuffs without cufflinks. If you wear a pastel-colored shirt with your gray suit, the safest combination is to choose a tie that is slightly darker than your shirt, but still within the same color family. For example, a light blue shirt with a navy tie, or a slightly orange shirt with an orange tie. The next best way for a tie color is to choose the complementary color of the shirt color. At the end of the day, pretty much any shirt or tie color can work with a gray suit as long as you understand basic color theory, and you can learn about that in this video here. In today's outfit, I'm wearing a medium to light gray fresco suit that looks solid from afar, but if you come closer, you see that it consists of many different colors, making it a bit more casual and adding a nice color depth. It's made out of a fresco fabric, which is 100% wool with an open weave that allows air to go through, so it's perfect for the warmer days of the year. I'm pairing it with a white shirt and somewhat bolder blue stripes, and because it's a little more casual, I choose a dark color tie in green, which is a bit of an olive green, and it all ties it well together. I pick up shades of green in my pinky ring as well as my shoelaces, and the shoes are a dark chocolate brown suede, which goes with the casual character of the gray suit and the knitted tie. My socks are shadow striped charcoal and light gray, and they build a noticeable transition between my shoes and my pants without being too strong. Even though I could have worn barrel cuffs with this outfit, I decided to go with French cuffs simply because I like it, and I chose monkey fist knot cufflinks from Fort Belvedere, which you can find in our shop here, just like that olive green tie. And the socks, of course, as well as the shoelaces.